Fourth row right, Clay Hall, WSYS.
Are quarterbacks off limits?
Yes,
So you don't tackle them?
we don't.
And which, obviously your call to tackle, I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah, no, I just think we need to play the game this year, and we gotta go out there and tackle and play, and I think it'd be good for a lot of our guys to do that. Get out there and, the first game of the year, we play Notre Dame at home, and that's, we gotta be ready to roll. So, once you get into the preseason, you start getting closer and closer to that first game, you start to really hold your breath because you don't wanna lose guys. But we also, we gotta tackle, we gotta play physical, we gotta be tough. If we wanna reach our goals this year, we're gonna have to be that way, we're gonna have to play that way. So, we'll do that on Saturday.
Was your D coordinator on board, I assume?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he's been very good. He's, we talked it out, and he was definitely on board.
Front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Right from start to near finish at spring camp, what has been the most competitive, must-watch one-on-one matchup?
There's been a lot. I think, the defensive ends against the tackles have been good, and there's been, wins on both sides, but that's, you talk about making each other better, those have been really good. On the perimeter, I think, when you look at, the way that Denzel and Jordan and JK and Cam, two young guys are competing every day against our wideouts. I mean, those are fist fights every day. And, I think if you can get open against those guys, you gotta get open against a lot of guys in the conference. And if those guys can cover some of our wideouts, then that's a good sign for them. And that allows them to play with a lot of confidence. So those have been good. I think when you look at the interior of Donovan, Luke, and Matt against some of our interior defensive linemen, there's been some battles there. But it's been competitive, and guys are getting after it, and there's good energy on both sides. And so, no, I think those are probably the ones where there was the best matchups.
How often are the corners getting an edge on that wide receivers group?
No, they're competing. They're doing a great job. They're getting their hands on balls, and it's back and forth. That's when you know it's a good competition.
Second row middle, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
You said a little bit of concern about depth at safety. That's obviously a place where you've lost a couple of people to the portal in the last week or so. Did those decisions surprise you? And I guess who does that leave as being critical stepping up in their weight?
No, in terms of the depth, like we in terms of the number of safeties, we're way over there. When I mean depth, I just mean guys who actually get on the field and play. Lathan's been out, Josh is just getting back in there, so we've had some guys who've been injured. And so, those guys have to get going, and then we have some younger guys. Sonny will be in here this summer, and Kai's getting his feet wet. So, again, you want to try to find out who's the starter, and then who's the backup, and then you kind of go from there. And so, when I say depth, I mean guys that are game ready.